Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, August 11th, 2018. This is the 13th episode of Live at 5 First Fire Facts. I'm your host, Kel Casey. Thanks for joining us here in Merlin, Oregon at the Incident Command Post, which, like I said yesterday, is actually moving to Lake Selmac on Sunday. Big shout out to the firefighters tuning in at Spy Camp in Agnes, Bear Camp in Selma. Thanks so much. Change is the theme today. Change in the weather, change in the fire behavior, change in our command post, and the change in the incident management team with the Alaska team coming in. We're going to jump right into it. We've got lots to cover today. Please post your questions here. We'll still keep answering them throughout the day, and we do appreciate neighbors helping neighbors. Okay, some facts on the Taylor Creek fire. The current acreage from the IR, 47,000, 30 acres, 45% contained, and approximately 1,200 personnel. For the Klondike, we don't have the IR yet. It hasn't been put on the map, so we're going to keep yesterday's number at 38,382, but we know that that's going to be higher for sure. Containment at 15% and right around 600 personnel. So the databases are still getting worked out, but there's just shy of 2,000 people working on the Taylor Creek and Klondike fires. Okay, some highlights. The cap lifted. The roads have been impacted. There is a new normal out there. Great community meeting in Agnes, the surge in Selma, and our ops overview. Okay, the cap lifted yesterday. We've been anticipating this for days, and the blue sky was the big sign in Selma that the southwest winds had in fact arrived and blew the smoke out to the northeast. In the context of our time here, episode 13, right? For 10 days, we were basically in a smoke-choked inversion. It was driving everybody crazy. It was filling up the valleys and canceling events and causing people to stay inside. But as brutal as it was, it kept the fire behavior subdued. It allowed us to be on the offensive. It allowed us to bring fire down to the eastern side of the Taylor Creek fire. It allowed us to put all this black line in here. It allowed us to get people back home. It allowed us to bring all those backing fires up the Bear Camp Road, to Galeese Creek Road and Taylor Creek Roads. So in those 10 days, we got to get a whole lot done in protecting the values at risk, keeping this at the smallest footprint possible, and get everybody back home. So finally the cap lifted, and there were some columns yesterday that got up and started to move around different parts of the fire. We'll talk more about that. Okay, the smoke blanketed the I-5 yesterday and the 199 during the most inopportune time in the afternoon and rush hour. So even though folks out in the southern area here, the southwest, had beautiful blue sky, and we heard from some of our folks that it was the first time that they had seen and breathed clear air in a long time, it laid down over the I-5 corridor, and this is just a big reminder. Prepare for these type of events as you see the blue sky days. There is going to be large fire growth, and when it's extreme fire growth like that, when it's not an event where we can put fire in the ground and have it creep slowly, but it's a naturally moving large fire, it's going to consume more biomass. There's going to be a lot of ash fall, and there's a difference between ash fallout and ember fallout. Ember fallout tends to be more localized. Ash fallout tends to travel, and that's what you're seeing. That impacts the roads. And so yesterday afternoon, the Oregon Department of Transportation put some signboards out there. The highways were getting choked. Plan for that. It's the weekend, it's the summer, and this is a long-term event. Okay, reminder that the community meeting last night from Agnes is online. I just watched it this morning. Thank you, Agnes, for showing up. Thank you for your great questions. This is a very fire-savvy community. I told you that my community in Alaska had a big fire in 2015. We lost 54 houses. Agnes has been dodging the bullet for years. You know where the fire lines should be. You know that they should be opened up and held, and you heard from our incident commander last night, Rob Allen. You heard from branch director Joe Tone that the contingency lines, 40 plus miles of them, your local division supervisor with all that local knowledge, the dozers that have been putting fire line down to the Illinois River, connecting it to hand line, sometimes 5 wide dozer blades, opening up the old Chetco contingency lines. You heard all that. You got a chance to ask questions. We really appreciate the engagement. Celeste Prescott did a great job hosting it. Commissioner Boyce was there asking great questions and offering up the support to the team. One of the key points in that message was that the fire managers, including our team and now the Alaska team, feel like we have the resources we need to get the job done. They have about 4 more days to continue chipping and improving the 3318 road system, the snow camp, the other road systems, the 7 mile, but all the heavy metal out there, The number of firefighters spiked out at Agnes are the proof that we have the people we need, we have the equipment we need, and that we're dead serious about making sure that we can hold the fire if it were to move either suddenly or slowly over the next few weeks towards the Agnes area on the proven and trusted lines. Again, that's posted online. The surge in Selma, let's give you a little update there. So yesterday morning, with the wind blowing up from the southwest, it gave our division supervisors and branch directors a chance to really look at this. And instead of just being on the defensive, they got a little bit more offensive there and put some fire on the ridge so it could back down throughout the day. As a reminder, the success we had in Pickett Creek and Hog Creek was because we brought fire right down behind the houses. That's where we got it to our intended containment lines. That's where we got the mop up. That's where we got evacuation levels to drop from 3 to 2 and now 1. So you're going to see the same tools and same process here. You're going to see fire and smoke from the road system, from Selma. That's what has to happen. We're going to remove the fuel between the flame front and the intended line. That's where all the prep has been done. So that's going to be normal for you to see it. It looks scary, but for us, it's not an emergency. It's what we do. It's what we train for. It's how we execute our plans. So we're going to stay calm in there. We're going to keep working. If you do need to call, if you have questions, the joint information number, 541-474-5305. But pretty much anytime you see the cap lifted off this fire over the next weeks and months, you're going to see columns, you're going to see some fire growth, and you're going to see the surge forces really try to button up this corner in the next few days. So you can see the black line in your area too. Okay, let's go in the ops overview from yesterday. Everything is holding very well on Bear Camp Road. We had originally given that a moderate chance of success of holding it. Right now it is being held. So that's fantastic. They just finished chipping yesterday on the Peavine Road. That means that all the brush that they had pulled out and stacked and staged is now chipped. Eventually Josephine County Sheriff's Office will look at the holding situation here, look at the Peavine Road, and make a determination on when to open it. But remember, there's going to be a new normal in there. That's where the gravity is going to take over. The rocks are going to keep coming down. We had a tree come over yesterday, graze a power line, and that power line grazed our firefighters. No factor. Nobody was hurt, thank God. But that's the type of gravity event. We were having trees come down in the Taylor Creek Road a few days after that burn operation. So there's a new normal where gravity is going to reign. Things are going to come down even after these are open. But make no mistake about it, it's the weekend. Bear Camp Road is closed. Peavine Road is closed. You can get up the river. All that's open. Just take your time. We don't like to see too much public and firefighting equipment mix in the turnarounds and the pullouts. Give our firefighters space to work, patrol, and mop up. And we appreciate that so much. Okay, the east side National Guard crews have shifted down to start doing what they were doing on the east side in this Onion Mountain Road and Forest Service 25 area. We really appreciate the soldiers and airmen of the National Guard, their service. Their camp is now at Lake Selmac. There are still crews, and there will be crews in here for weeks and months doing the long-term mop-up and long-term repair, so you'll see a presence out there. If you do see the smoke and duffers, that's going to be far interior. They still do have the 300 to 600 foot buffer of coal black. There could be a little stump and some other trees that are smoking, but you have coal black all the way around. The left side, fire crews actually were planning on bringing more fire down Chrome Ridge, and they actually brought dozers and crews, and they're going to try to go tie in to the north side of the Klondike fire. When that fire activity picked up, it pushed them back. They will take action in the Briggs Valley as needed. There has been some fire activity in there, of course, with the alignment, but they'll burn out around the structures when the time is right. We like to do that in a controlled manner. Again, this is what we train for. This is what we do. These values at risk are really important to us, and we have all of them prepared and ready to go. We did get the fire around the Onion Mountain Lookout. You'll see the red on the map. That means that it won't be impacted. I know it's a local favorite, and we have that all secured. The drone has been working in here again, looking in through the smoke to try to see the progress. Everything on the Onion Mountain Road is holding. All the contingencies are in place, so things in here are looking in really good shape. That Scan Eagle's been flying all night tonight. We're going to have a new infrared map. We will see some fire growth in this area, and we will start to see some acreage change. That's that higher intensity burn. Again, that's where that ash fall comes from. Okay, Let's look at schools. This school, we're going to go ahead and release back to the school on Sunday. I know when we talked about it yesterday, I'm sure some kids at home were a little upset that there wouldn't be a delay in school. This school is going back to the district. The entire incident command post is going to move down to Lake Selmac. That's where the Alaskans will be based out of. We'll still have a spike camp as needed in Bear Camp, and definitely we have a very strong presence in Agnes. That will stay. The transition to the Alaska team is fully underway. I had a chance to talk to the incident commander, Tom Kurth, yesterday. He's very connected to what we're doing here. He knows that we've been serving you in a kind of unique way. This is a pilot program. This is not a normal event to have the Live at 5. You're the very first fire community that's ever had this. So the Alaska team has some ideas as to how to carry it on. We were joking around yesterday. They have great PIO names. Sunshine Meitzer just came in last night. She's standing right behind the camera there. So we could have Sunshine at 6. Sam Harrell, who's an excellent photographer, PIO, will be coming in. He's been working on the Ferguson fire in California. We could have Sam at 7. Tom himself is a very witty guy. We could have Tom at 10, and on and on. And of course, Norm McDonald has been training with our team. He's the incident commander type 1 trainee for the Alaska team. And so you as a community have the advantage of having Norm McDonald having been with us for this full 2 weeks. So the Alaska team's getting plugged in today. We have an in-briefing over in Grants Pass. They'll be shadowing all day tomorrow. So tomorrow will be episode 14 of Live at 5. And then on Monday, our team here, the Pacific Northwest Team 2, will be wheels turning to get home. I'm going back up to Willow, Alaska. I'm gonna get a couple days of sleep, try to get rid of these dark rings around the eyes, and reflect back on what a great couple weeks it's been. We want to thank you. I know all the PIOs come back every day and they say all the kind words you've been saying to us. There's a team that's always behind this camera. It takes operations, it takes safety, it takes all the GIS folks, it takes the finance crew, it takes all the aviation people, it takes my team of PIOs who are working really, really hard, getting up early, staying up late to make this happen. We want to thank the neighbors helping neighbors. We're still always monitoring comments, but when we see you jump in and help each other, it makes a big difference. We also want to say thanks for the shout outs to the Green Pants Nation. It doesn't matter what badge you wear. It doesn't matter what agency you're from. We truly do have one mission. We're going to post some more insider photos so you can see how the agency administrators gathered around the maps with the incident commander. Watch the video from Agnes last night. I think that was a really good coming together of a community that's been around a lot of tough fire over the years, coming together on realizing that we're planning very far out. If need be, there'll be a whole nother team out in Gold Beach to catch this thing down the road. We're really hoping it doesn't get there, but we're planning that far ahead because your values at risk matter, your communities matter, and we're here to serve you. Post your questions, and let's talk about standing firefighter order number 2. Know what your fire is doing at all times. That's why the Scan Eagles help. That's why those military ships help. To let us know what's going on there. We'll post the infrared maps just as soon as we can. And thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow for episode 14.